Good evening. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting for October 28th, 2025. I'll ask folks to please turn their phones off at this time out of respect for the decorum of our meeting, please. And beyond that, I'll give the formal gavel tap as we begin. Okay. We've had a change in the lineup, so to speak. Having hoped to be the silent partner, we have a shuffling in the board, and I'll ask Ms. Hassan to share who's dropped. Just so if you would for a moment, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, sure. Patricia Galloway, who was the president, she will no longer be on the board as she moved away from town. And Sir Dan Garnett is also not able to serve anymore. So it'll be the three plus Mr. Bocci, but I don't know if he's here or not.
Okay. All right. So with that in mind, we have a new look to the board for the moment. Again, I feel like Matt Damon in The Martian, like I'm supposed to be quiet. I'll ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thanks. Okay, so we're looking at the minutes from our last meeting. Does anybody have any comments or changes that they want to see?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay.
They put your name in here on the underneath minutes of April 28th. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, right, for April 28th, yes, I did attend that meeting. Okay. Okay, great.
Okay, so you were not absent. And something else. On the back, the last motion passed, that's 5.
Could you turn on your mic, please?
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, great.
Bad habit. There was someone absent that night, so why wouldn't it be 4-0 instead of 5-0?
Sir Garnett's had stepped out. That's why. Can't remember who it's. There were 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we want to modify this therefore to 4-0 in that last vote.
Instead of 5-0.
We're on the back page of the minutes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Last.
So, okay, yes, sir. Was that it?
Yes.
Okay, terrific. Okay. Is there a motion to accept the minutes as modified?
Make that a motion.
Is there a second for that motion?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 And I'll abstain. I wasn't here.
Oh, very good. Okay, all right. That would make logical sense. The vote passes 2-0 with new liaison, Commissioner Hagan abstaining. Okay, we're good? Okay, all right. So we move on to new business. Staff, we turn to you in a moment. This relates to Emmett Ridge 2. And I want to get the proper title here.
What about public comment?
Oh, I'm going in the wrong order. Sure. Public comment. Now I'm going to do something potentially raucous.
Okay.
Do you want to provide comment before the presentation, or would you rather for after the presentation?
I can go before, it doesn't matter.
Okay, very good. All right, so please come forward. I invite Llewellyn, is that correct?
Yes.
Llewellyn Muskeni?
Yep.
Okay. If you'd identify that you live in town or do not live in town, and then it is yours for the time allotted.
Yes, I live in town at 2 Waycross Court. And I have a couple of concerns. One is this planning for the Emmett coming in would come right directly behind our house on our property. And it's really nice woods now. And we're not provided any information as far as what is happening. One other thing is the traffic on Irishtown Road. Those cars go down there very fast all the time. And we'd like to request a speed bump or 2 to help slow the cars down because I can't see any other way that they'll slow down. And then also we're looking at people like to walk and there's a sidewalk, but it stops before the field. And we don't know if the sidewalk will be extended on the right or left side. But the sidewalk is a good idea because people like to walk it and then they have to go out into the road for a certain amount of time. So those are the concerns. And, 48 houses going in behind us is kind of a lot. It'll increase that traffic on Irishtown Road. So it's already dangerous as it is now, and there'll just be more traffic. So if you can take that into consideration, we really appreciate it. It impacts everyone on Waycross Court and also Emmett Court. Thank you.
Also signed up, we have Denise Westcott.
Can I wait till after?
Absolutely, that'd be fine. So I turn to staff. In looking at the schematic drawings, I thought that I saw sidewalks on the east side of Irishtown Road. Is that correct? Like on the new proposed development side of Irishtown Road?
Correct.
And that would be to the new standard, so slightly wider than some older sidewalks in town?
They should be up to
Okay.
it. like
ADA
80
compliant,
yeah,
right?
compliant,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so we've answered one question. There are sidewalks coming on the east side of Irishtown. We would turn to the board member, perhaps to advocate for speed bumps on Irishtown. Although that section, I don't know if that's part of the enclave that is the Bollinger Tract, and therefore it might be a county road, so we'd have to pursue that at a different level if it's not part of the town.
It's a county road, I believe.
Is
No, it's not.
Irishtown in the gap between the bridge and the last section of Brookfield?
It's within town.
It's, okay, so that's a town,
Town
okay,
road?
so that would
Town
be
road,
a board
okay.
request, if our board agrees. and it seems you do informally.
Hmm.
Okay. And regarding notification, this has been an ongoing process. And tonight we're going to talk about it a little bit further. There's been documentation posted on the town's website recently with some schematics. I don't know how far back these have been posted though, so the proposed,
They're posted, yeah, all the plans, all the planning commission packets are posted online.
so they're there, but this is kind of not a final review, but maybe a final review. So have the maps been online more than just for this recent meeting? like the
It went up
proposal?
a week ago, so.
Okay, so not a big window, but it has been posted online.
So I have a
What,
question.
come up to the, and just re-identify yourself because it's being tape recorded or videoed. And we can,
So you
dialogue.
said the sidewalk is proposed on the east side?
correct.
Oh, okay, so where is that?
That's on the development side that you're on.
Okay, so it's on
your
our
Of
side.
Irishtown.
Okay, all right.
As one
So
goes
it's-
uphill, it's on the right.
So the opposite side of where the sidewalk where you said it ends at the Brookfield development, it's on the other side of the road from that
Oh,
sidewalk.
my.
Right, because the other side has a sidewalk and then you have the field.
Right. And
So
the
there,
field is
there won't be a
not,
continuation
not,
of
not down that field. There won't be a sidewalk continuing down
because
that
if
field.
the sidewalk is on the east side, then there's no sidewalk opposite. Okay,
So for super hyper clarification, Brookfield Road comes out of the Brookfield development at the top of the hill. From Brookfield Road up to the top of the hill, to the top of Irishtown, on the Brookfield development side, there's a sidewalk that runs to Brookfield Road. And that same sidewalk continues when it stops at the field.
okay,
And then on the other side of the street, that's where the new development will occur. There will be a sidewalk, I'm going to assume from that point and descending down Irishtown Road.
okay.
So does that add clarification?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
clear. Is there any plans for that field development?
So the field is private property now. It's not owned by the town. The right of way for a sidewalk, were a development to come forward. It's my understanding that they would be obliged to put a sidewalk on that side also.
Okay,
But unfortunately, I don't know if they're compelled. Are they compelled by code now? So that's something that the board at this level and the board, the town commission would have to emphasize to the new developer is perhaps a requirement for them to get the permits and whatnot, the approval to come into town.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
So when that happens, you need to come back in and stress,
Okay,
okay?
I will.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. We're good to move forward? Okay, I'm sorry about the mix up in public comments. I have bad old habits. Okay. We've moved through our call to order, our opening. We've discussed our minutes. And now we move to old business, which we have none at the moment. And we turn to new business. And for that, we turn to staff, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So you've got the improvement plan for Emmett Ridge 2, which involves 48 single-family residential lots at 103 Irishtown Road, and the extension of Irishtown Drive to create 2 access points from Irishtown Road to the development. And it's located in the R2 medium density residential zoning district where single-family dwellings are permitted. So the planning commission conditionally approved a preliminary plan and forest conservation plan for this project on February 24, 2025. And one of the conditions of approval required the applicant to meet adequate public facilities ordinance requirements. And town staff and consultants have reviewed all submissions from the applicant and determined that the APFO requirements have been made. The traffic study indicated that the intersections that are included in this project will provide adequate levels of service, and the town does have adequate water and sewer taps to support this project. Current hydrant coverage and access indicate that emergency services are adequate as well. The only constraint that there was at the time of approval was the school capacity, but the Board of Commissioners amended the town code to make schools adequate at 105% state rated capacity. So that project meets that requirement as well. So all the APF requirements are met. Another condition of approval was that the town engineer to inspect the culvert on Irishtown Road, which they conducted in March, and found that the overall culvert system was in good structural condition and will not require replacement. And the town engineer also recommended stabilizing any eroded areas and upgrading guardrails to meet the state highway standards. Also, the developer is requesting that the buffer yard requirement for the stormwater management facility be waived due to limited space, steep embankments, and existing stormwater easements, which would make additional plantings kind of difficult. Since there will be existing buffer, staff is recommending that Planning Commission accept the developer's request to waive the buffer yard requirement. Town staff and consultants have reviewed the improvement plan and provided their comments, which are included in the RK&K memo dated October 20, 2025. It is recommended that the Planning Commission conditionally approve the improvement plan and require the developer to address those comments or any other comments that may arise from this process, and to make sure that the plans meet town code requirements. And the other conditions of approval are listed on the 4th page of the Planning Department staff memo.
Do we have any questions for staff related to this part of the presentation?
Yeah, I don't.
Just on the buffer zone, what's it being reduced to since we're waiving the standard?
It's not being reduced to anything. It's just gonna stay the way it is.
Okay.
And the condition it is forested and underbrush and such, is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
So.
I got a question. Why do we reduce the size of the lots? I know the appeals court did it, but what's the justification for it?
It went with their design to go with smaller lots, and
So they can get more lots out of it, right? Yeah, that's what it is.
Well,
Uh,
we
but-
don't, that's definitely a hypothetical. Could we
We can-
hear from the developer? Would you be okay with you brought someone from the developer to speak?
Yeah,
on it?
let's hear one.
Okay.
Fine.
So, good evening, thank you. Please come up. Please identify yourself. Please identify who you're with, and we'll move forward.
So I'm Joe Cece with Fox and Associates, the project engineer. To answer the question, the original layout was for these 48 lots. That's never changed from back in the late, I think it was late 80s, early 90s when it was done. So the number of lots has not changed. The size of them and the BRLs were changed because, you know, housing products that are sold today are much different than what they were 30 plus years ago.
Could you clarify your term BRL for the,
Yeah, so BRL is the building restriction line, which is how far off the building has to sit from the
Yeah.
property line. So that's all that changed. So the number of lots has never changed from the very original plan that was approved years ago.
so is the expectation smaller homes in the footprint as compared to what's in Emmett Gardens right now?
They're probably a little bit bigger.
Okay,
The house footprint, probably a little bit bigger.
okay. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Dollar and cents.
Okay, any other questions
Mm.
with Mr. Cece here? Okay, Mr. Cece, we might call you back, just so you know. Anything else you want to put forward before we move forward? Okay, so I'll have a battery of questions, bear with me, just to make sure we're covering all our bases. The bridge assessment, that we're grateful that happened, that was necessary, definitely. The concerns still remain as the bridge narrows the road, and that Irishtown is going to be tapered there. So in addition to improving the guardrail, addressing the erosion, will striping be paid for by the developer, and will signage identifying road narrowing be paid for by the developer? And you can come forward on that. I'm assuming they will be.
I'll just stay up here.
Sure.
The road is going to be 28 feet wide all the way through. So it's going to be widened to 28 feet.
Okay,
So at the bridge, it's 28 feet wide. It's head wall to head wall is basically exactly 28 feet wide. So it's going to be widened to that. It'll be that width all the way up to where Brookfield ended their improvements.
okay, so for clarification, head wall, I
On the-
thought that was with the linear nature of the road versus the,
On the culvert,
okay.
the ends of the culvert, the head
Okay,
walls.
so
on
they
the ends
will-
of the culvert.
So the road will be slightly widened then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
228 feet?
So you'll have two 14-foot lanes.
Terrific. Okay.
Yeah.
Does the developer have any obligation to continue the bike lane from up above, from the higher points on Irishtown? That's on the west side, so I don't know if that's their obligation or not.
There's not, but you can require that as the planning commission if you'd like.
Okay. Does the developer have an obligation to rebuild the road, or are they just going to add like an apron to the right side, like an additional width to it? To the right, so that's not fair, to the east side, sorry.
There's no obligation, I guess.
Okay,
yeah.
so the road as it is going to remain, it will be striped?
Right.
Okay, very good.
It's,
Okay.
the road's pretty much going to be rebuilt. I mean, we have to put in water, sewer, storm drain, curb and gutter. So it's more or less going to get rebuilt.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask you to hold for a second. Kind of juggling here. Do you anticipate that the council, the town commission would want the bike lane to continue?
I think they'd probably be in favor of that.
Okay, so the complete street model and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. All right. Moving from there, thank you, by the way. So signage also, so the bridge is going to not be a narrow, like, it's not going to be a choke point.
Correct.
So I don't know that we'll need narrow bridge ahead or anything, or narrow road ahead. Okay, so that will be set aside unless we find it comes out 27 feet or something.
There will be, the guardrail will also be replaced and
Okay,
moved out to widen the road.
terrific. Okay. And will it be raised or lower to meet the new standard? I saw the W beam. Is it the wrong height?
It'd be
I
higher.
think it gets raised.
Okay.
It'll-
it'll be
So
higher.
it'll meet the
Yeah,
new
be
standards.
Okay, okay. The layout of the homes on Irishtown Road and the layouts of the home on the high end, so the north end of the development, they're going to be carved into the hill. Is that correct on the high end? Sorry. Yeah, I'll let you catch up. Like a bench
No,
cut for
no,
the
no,
houses?
no.
No?
So the lots will all be graded.
Okay.
They'll all be, there's going to be a mix of, 2-story above grade with a basement, and some will have a walkout, which is 3 stories in the rear on the downhill side of the road.
Okay.
But they won't be set into the hillside, basically.
Okay. So the backyard will be a slope as opposed to a flat. Is that
At the far end, they're really going to sit up high.
okay?
So it's pretty much going to be flat.
Okay.
Drainage swale will go down the back of those lots.
Okay.
Yeah, between the property, adjacent property.
So as one is traveling up Irishtown Road, so the culvert bridge is behind us, housing is going to be on the right.
Yep.
Will those houses be built on like plateaus or like tiers or?
They'll be stepped because
Okay.
that's pretty steep. That road's pretty steep. So it's going to go up pretty good. So you'll see it how they'll go up. When you get to the intersection with Irishtown Drive, so the houses on the lower side of that are going to be walkouts,
Okay.
those basements. So you'll have 3 stories in the back, and then right across the street, they're sitting up even higher. So those are going to be, all just 2-story above grade.
Okay. And the water management piece is something I'm really curious about, especially the houses on Irishtown Road.
Mhm.
Are they going to be delivering their water toward Irishtown Road, or I saw that there was going to be a swale between existing properties at the back of the home, at the back of the property line?
Yeah. So the way their lots are typically graded, the front of the house would come out to the street.
Okay.
This way we keep the garages high, keep, the water, you don't want water going into the house.
Right.
So it'll come out to Irishtown Road. There is a storm drain system on Irishtown Road proposed, and that'll take it all back to the, that existing stormwater pond.
Okay. So if I understand it correctly, then if you're a house on Irishtown Road, here's Irishtown Road, the slope will be delivering the water forward toward Irishtown Road.
Mhm.
There's what I thought was like a swale or a berm on the back of the property separating the existing properties from, the existing homes from the new homes.
Yes.
Is that a privacy berm in addition to managing water?
No,
or-
it'll be a swale. So it'll
Okay.
be, it'll be
Oh, it'll be a swale.
ditch. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got
Just to it'll take the water off of those houses that are up higher,
it. Okay.
the existing houses, and the newer proposed ones, and take it all down to the storm drain system.
And what will be used to slow the water speed as it descends the hill? Will be check dams? Will be captures or?
When it's done, when it's all stabilized, it'll just be grass swale, really, down into the storm drain system. Now, what we do is we try to limit the amount of water, and it's actually a county code.
Right.
So you can only have I think 3 to 4 houses before you have to have an inlet. So that's what we have here.
Okay.
We have basically 4 houses, an inlet at the swale. Then there's 2 more houses, another inlet, and it all goes into the storm drain system.
Okay. So it's not a French drain, but it's a capture to route the water
Mhm.
to the storm drain. Okay.
Yep.
Great. Any questions?
Just-
elsewhere?
You consider putting riprap in the swale to slow the water flow down?
Not in the backyards of the houses, no.
And then all of the houses gonna have basements on it?
Yes, they may be,
Well, you said some walkouts,
yeah, some of them will have walkouts.
but they'll all probably be basements.
Yes,
Okay, just
that's
curious.
the plan right now,
That's the plan.
unless they hit a incredible amount of rock that they can't.
That was going to be my next question.
That they
The
can't
number of
dig a
blasting,
basement.
the number amount of blasting they had to do for the Brookfield development
Yeah,
on Irishtown Road, were you anticipating having to blast out if you're doing basements?
mhm. Yeah, and that's something that's being looked into probably now. soon.
Sure. Yeah. Come on up, identify yourself and share what you know, if you could, please.
Hi, my name is Will Yake. I'm the Vice President of Land Development for DRB Homes. So we're actually getting ready to do a rock study out there. We're going to have a blasting company go drill
Drill some
to
holes.
determine the amount of rock, the type of rock. So we have a handle on what needs to be blasted, what can be ripped when we get out there and get started. So that should start. We just finished one project. He should start within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they ran into red shale in Brookfield.
Yeah, we know it's there. We just don't know what type and how hard it is. So
Yeah.
that's what we want to get a handle on before we get started.
Now, are they gonna notify the neighborhood that they're doing this?
Well, the drilling won't be any blasting. It's just going to
Okay.
be,
Just
you know,
drill.
just a
Yeah,
drill
if-
rig.
If they blast, the fire chief is involved and put on notice, and there's a whole public notice requirement. There'll be signs up and.
And certainly we would go through that process
Yeah.
if and when that time
Yeah.
comes.
Okay, terrific.
Okay.
The higher up the ridge you go, the harder.
We've
Yeah.
dug some test pits, so we know we have our hands full.
You know.
So, thank you.
Sure. Okay, thank you. All right. Any questions, follow up
No.
so far?
No.
Okay. Moving to a couple other items. In RK&K's review, they mentioned that the valve, I'm using the right term, the valve box, there wasn't a clear designation as to the quality of the box material as opposed to fiberglass versus, I think, steel or iron or something like that.
Yeah.
Is
I-
that going to be clarified?
We can. There should be a detail on the plan. It's typically ductile iron.
Okay,
It's kind of an odd comment that we normally don't see because we'll make sure that it's on the details on the plan.
okay. Our hope is RK&K is looking out for the town's best interest. So if
Mhm.
they put it there, we'd like to see that as a standard. Does the board agree?
Yeah,
Okay. Moving from there. Valve boxes might be the right term.
Yes.
They had another question about the sidewalk ramp. Not so much about ADA compliance, but about width. I think that was their question. I don't know if I'm misinterpreting what they wrote.
Yeah, so all the sidewalk ramps are specified to be state highway compliant, which is ADA compliant. So they're depending on the style of them. They're all at least 5 feet wide,
Okay.
which is ADA code required.
And the tactile strip, that will be part of it as well.
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm almost done. I appreciate your
problem.
patience. Um, Do you anticipate the houses that back up to existing houses will have some of the wooded like growth, like the woods, the trees, the shrubs? Will some of that be,
Yeah.
will some of that remain
Yeah.
to provide a buffer?
Probably not
Okay, so they're gonna clear it. and-
because of the grading that has
Is
to
that for the,
occur.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the houses are gonna have to rely on what they have behind their homes for their privacy and maybe move forward. Will there be any landscaping once the swales are set that will restore some of that natural buffer?
Right now, the only thing we have shown is street trees, landscaping. We don't have any on-lot landscaping really shown on the plan now.
Okay. Is that something the board would want to see?
I wonder, are you gonna replace any of the trees that you're taking out? Because the state of Maryland is trying to provide more planning.
Yeah, so that's kind of a different subject. That's our forest conservation plan. That's been submitted. It's been conditionally approved. We're waiting on just to get further along in the process before that plan gets finalized. But the way that's going to happen is they will buy banking credits for that plan
Quid pro
because
quo versus on site. So
yeah,
it sounds like the plan will not include trees being planted on
No
the backs of the property.
reforestation.
It will occur somewhere else.
Right, it's
Right.
fee in lieu of, it's
Correct.
pretty common.
It-
yeah,
it is.
basically fee and lieu. You just
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to answer the question that was posed.
town's not
earlier.
getting
Yeah.
a check. They're buying it somewhere else. Yeah.
All right. Last one, and this might be for staff and for the commissioner. When one drives up Irishtown Road the lights that exist on Irishtown Road at the new homes for Brookfield, some of them are lasers, blinding lasers, where when you head up the hill, it's overpowering that first light on Brookfield Road, on Irishtown Road as you drive up the hill. So at the crest of the hill. I recall that we had a grant, we were moving toward a different type of LED light. Is that the standard that the developer will be held to, or are they going to be held to the old standard of the existing style of light? Do you know offhand, or do you know offhand?
I don't know, but
Okay.
basically, well, they would have to match what's already there.
Okay,
So,
so I'm looking for something that's a little bit less blinding.
yeah.
Because I know a long time ago when I sat on the board, there were many complaints about the intensity of the
Right at the
lights
top of the hill.
at that top of the hill, and also some of the trial lights in,
So it's a safety hazard,
Pembroke Woods.
what you're saying.
to a degree it is, yes. And, you know, for me, I feel it's very subjective because I feel that, but I also have heard others. So
So you
I feel
travel
there's
them.
some, correct. So I invite you all to drive up there tonight and not suffer for it.
To
But-
answer your question, we are using the current version of that light is
Okay.
what we're proposing.
Yeah, but can you change the intensity of the light some way?
I don't know. I could find out. I'm not sure how that
Sounds like
works.
it needs to be done.
Some of the new LEDs you can,
You can modulate
I
them, and that's
don't
where-
know
Okay.
offhand.
Would we want to see that?
Yeah, I think we should proceed on it.
Is that something we can impose?
Better
Yes,
do
you
it now
can
than
place
later.
it as-
So if we can get a light that modulates in a manner similar to what is forthcoming into the town, as opposed to aligning with what the town currently has that we're moving away from, that would be the board's request. Is that accurate?
Mhm.
Do we need to take a vote on that, or?
You have to take a vote.
Okay, all right. So is there a proposal related to modifying the forthcoming lights in the proposed development?
Mhm.
It's, well, no, since this would have to go to the commissioners,
yeah.
I can't vote on it.
Oh.
But you could make the motion,
Motion.
but abstain from it.
Yes,
Would you be willing to make the motion?
I'm willing to make the motion.
Thank you, sir.
So what are you saying?
That you can vote on the motion. You just, if you second it, then you
I
can.
think he's
vote on
asking
it.
for the motion.
I'll
Right.
second it.
Okay, so for the absolute clarity of the issue, we're seeking lights that modulate similar to what's forthcoming for the town in the proposed Emmett Garden 2 development. Is that accurate? Am I characterizing
no,
your
that's it.
proposal accurately?
Right.
Is there a second for the motion?
I second it.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? No. Hearing none, I move to the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any abstentions?
One abstention.
One abstention. Okay, so that's something we would just, so long as we're aligned, and also I think for the purchasing issue of the town, it's a question of, you know, one product versus multiple products. So there's a economy of scale. I'm sorry, I don't need to preach. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Are there any other items, questions, concerns related to what was put in front of us from the reports
No,
and the proposal?
I don't have anything.
Okay. So are we clear in the eyes of the town planner? Okay, all right. So is there a motion?
Can I make one
Sure.
clarification just
Sure.
to be transparent? There was a question asked about sidewalk on Irishtown Road.
Yes, sir.
So it's not going to connect to the existing sidewalk
Right.
down at Waybright Court. I think, is that Waybright?
That sounds right. Yes, at the
Yeah.
bottom of the
Yeah.
hill on the other side of the
So it's,
culvert.
it's not, it's going to come across our property frontage and stop. It's not going to connect
It
all the
stops,
way.
what, I think 3 feet in front of the bridge.
A little more than that, because there's that piece of property there it's actually town
Right, yeah, I
parkland.
know, it was a bit. before the
Yeah.
bridge.
Okay,
So in a perfect world, the town would be able to move
Can I
forward.
make
on-
a suggestion then?
Sure,
When you
sure.
have a walkway or a lining on the street, and maybe a sign saying pedestrian crossing or something. Because you want to cross the street to get on the other sidewalk. That's
Well,
what
no,
you're
that's
saying.
crossing the bridge.
Well, that would be up top. We're talking about down below.
Yeah.
We're talking at the
Bridge.
bridge, so the sidewalk won't continue to the bridge, over the bridge.
Okay.
right.
But
Figured-
there could
figured it
be
couldn't. Because you don't have enough.
Right,
pavement.
right.
pedestrian zone roads. So look, we got a sign for you now. It's not road narrows, it would be pedestrian zone roadway or something akin to that. Does that sound appropriate? As people
I'll
would be.
see
using
if
the
there's
sidewalk?
something, 'cause we'd want to make sure that it's a standard.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the standard hikers,
So we'll
it's
see.
hiking sign. you see
Yeah,
down
something
there.
like
When you
that.
don't want the liability of somebody getting run over, you want yourself.
Right,
covered.
right.
So we got a sign.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll find a sign for it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, therefore,
You have more public comment before the vote.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, public comment. Well, hold on. We're going to ask Ms. Westcott first because she'd reserved for after the presentation. I'm going to ask her first. You will be next, I promise, but I want to give Ms. Westcott the opportunity. Sorry.
I just have a couple things.
If you could identify yourself and just share if you live in town or
Okay.
live outside of town.
Turn the,
Great, thank you.
Again, I'm Denise Westcott. I'm on the property of 101 Irish Town Road.
Okay, in town or out of town? That's in
In
town.
town.
I don't know, it's on the, yeah.
It's in town.
Okay, you vote in town elections,
yes.
it's in town.
That buffer requirement that he's wanting to change. And it talks about how there's a natural buffer with the trees, etc. The trees are not in good standing. The older mature ones, a lot of them have died and a lot of them have fallen over. And some of them also have disease because it's come into the trees on my side. There are multiple trees right on the bank of the stream. And I don't know who is in charge of those properties to cut them down because they're leaning across the stream and leaning into trees that are on both sides of the bank. And one of them, if it keeps coming, will land probably right through my shed.
wow.
But it's on the other side of the road, I mean, on the stream. So I don't know who's in charge of taking care of the trees that are part of, I guess, the township and not us. The second thing is just not, there's nothing that in the plans that show what's going to happen with the property that you own that's next to my property. And so I would like to see how far in well, I guess the sidewalk's not going to be on that side, but how the road is going to widen and how much the guardrail's going to change anything that's there now.
Okay. If I understand correctly, the bridge, the culvert crossing. The road is, the way the blacktop is, it's angled in. If you would extend it, it'd be like pyramid shape, right? So it's angled out. My understanding is from what we just learned that it'll be widened or I guess modified to a full 28 feet. The guardrails will sit outside of those 28 feet. Is that correct? Okay. If I read correctly, it's going to be a W channel guardrail there, which is similar to what we have now, where it looks like a W in profile. And regarding the town property at the base of Irish Town that sits adjacent to the creek, is that what we're talking about? That property, you said your property for the town?
Well, you have that in what did you call it? The edge of that property is in can't remember the
Sure,
word you
okay.
used.
But we're discussing the property that's right next to the creek. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's town-owned property. My understanding is it will remain in state, meaning it will be as is. Is that correct? We're not modifying that?
Well, I don't know.
Well, the road widening and the rails are gonna definitely probably take the trees out that are right next to the road.
Probably some of the trees that are closest to the bridge will be affected for the build or the modification. I don't know what to call it, but the change. So in that immediate area, I would imagine for equipment to function properly, there's going to have to be some safety measure to remove some trees there.
Right.
Okay. If you go further out, as if you're heading toward the playground in Emmett Gardens, you know where that is? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, I'm using the wrong name.
Yeah.
Toward Northgate, sorry. So if you're on the other side of, if you progress to Irish Town, you go to North Seaton Avenue.
Mhm.
You're gonna make a left turn, you're gonna head out. Okay, toward the highway again. That development there that has a double entrance, that's Northgate. So you're talking about the land that goes from Irish Town Road parallel to the creek over to Northgate. And the question is that going to be changed? If it's town land, the only change I would,
Well, that's not what I was asking. I
No,
was
I'm in a different
asking
spot
about
then.
the
Okay.
easement that you have that's right
Right
a
above.
part of my property.
Right, so
Okay.
between the development and the bridge, there's roughly what, would you say 10 feet that's town?
Oh, no, it's more. I mean, I
Well,
was
that's-
told that it was
Like
where
60 feet probably.
I was told when I bought it that it was where
I'm gonna open the map and maybe that'll help. add
the
clarity.
circular, the what's it called? The manhole cover.
Yeah,
And it's at least another 5 to 10 feet past that. And I don't know what they're doing with that property. And I'd like to know because I need to make decisions.
Can I invite you to come over and look at the map for a moment? So we're talking about the same spots. So
Page they going to.
here's Irish Town Road.
what they're looking at is this right here, this piece here.
And this is the
That's
culvert.
where.
This takes you up toward St. Joseph's and North Seaton. And where are you talking about in relationship to here?
The first house
Okay,
that's right off the bridge. That's
Okay.
here.
okay, that's the phone. And there's your name. Okay, very good.
So this. Right of way through here.
So how much is it from there to the actual road right now? Well, actually, it's basically what it is. Which means that my property value.
Well, that's not,
If I sell,
I hate to be
I know, but
annoying. That's actually not your property.
I
So,
got that part.
but your acreage will remain identical to what you purchased it for.
So. I mean, so it's up to 40 feet. You're about 40 feet from your property line to the roadway now. At the
Yes.
back,
It's,
and then, because the road curves, so you're only about 20 feet. So this is all right of way.
84 to something like that. From my one
Yeah,
side
yeah, probably.
to the other.
Yep, it's about right.
So the question that I have related to this, how much of this will be disturbed in the process of modifying the bridge and bringing the road to here? Because it strikes me that
So
this is our point of limit here.
we're going to, let's flip.
I just
the
like
page.
Sure,
to
sure, sure.
know actually what's
Yeah.
happening. I mean, I know you own it,
Yeah.
but I'd
We-
still like to know what the hell's going on, because
Sure.
I've been taking care of it. You've never mowed, you've never paid for the water that you use, or made a half the grass green,
So what
all the way
is-
from 1994.
what is gonna happen, we're gonna extend the sewer to that manhole. So that'll be cleared.
What,
And
what do you
then-
mean by, unfortunately, I think on my thing, it says that the sewer thing was in front of the shed, but those orange lines go right through the shed. So are you gonna be, are you gonna be doing something with those pipes underneath the shed?
No, there's a manhole that sits out there in that
Yeah,
open
I know.
space. We're gonna tie into that.
So if you're talking about missed utility lines, orange typically means communication, so it'd be Verizon, Comcast, we're not touching any of that. We're just connecting to the sewer manhole right here. That's existing. So we're gonna bring the sewer across underneath the creek and tie in here. And then once we're done, we'll return it in place and we're out. So it'll be a temporary disturbance of sorts. Any trees that are in this area will obviously have to take out in order to get that buried line in. But once we're done, we'll put grass back, and then it'll look as normal as possible after that.
And the road is not going to be bumped wider there on that side, on
That's
your
correct.
side of the creek.
So this darkened area here is the road, and then here is the sewer line. So this is as far as we're working on the road, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So we will not be widening anything and putting anything permanent that far
On that
over.
side,
That's correct.
So it sounds like the green space that you've maintained
created
will be maintained.
similar.
Right. It'll be similar, but maybe not identical, just given what's
Yeah,
happening.
it's a temporary.
The
it's-
guardrails are gonna probably take
They're-
out some of the trees in the gardens that are on that side, correct?
That's potential,
Yeah.
yeah, potential. So we haven't staked it out, but that is.
Well, it's gotta have to, just looking at where it is. and
Because
what
we
they're
have to
doing.
extend the head wall, what's it, about 15, 20 feet on this
That's
direction.
about 7 or 8 feet.
Okay, that's the short side.
Can
But
you,
we can show you. I'm
sure,
sorry,
let me jump in. Can you collectively have conversations on site so you can see literally the site?
Mhm.
Would that be
Yeah, I
better, and
just
would you
need
be
what's
available?
Going on. just
Sure.
To see
Yeah.
what's gonna be there.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. So yes,
Awesome.
I
Great.
agree.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So once we get closer, we're still months away, but I'll come out and meet you personally. We'll put some stakes out that to show exactly what's, temporary stakes, just to kind of so you can see a visual as to what exactly is going to
Great.
happen.
Yeah, I just need to know that.
That's not.
So does that give you more clarity related to what that question was? about?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
And you've got more questions?
No,
No?
I
Okay.
just, the forestry that you think is solid, where you don't want that thing moved. Like, most of those trees are in veg. Like, I would get an arborist out there, because I think a lot of the ones that are the most mature have been falling over. Half of the other ones that are in there have light or something on it, because it slid over in most of my trees. If I hadn't treated them, would have died.
So here's the thought. This will not be their property,
Yeah,
but because it's town owned,
What's that
we can ask the commissioner to advocate for that issue.
yeah.
You can also talk to,
Trees.
you could talk to Ms. Willits, who's the town manager.
Okay.
We can, I'll be happy to send an email just to say, hey, we've had this question related to, unhealthy trees dropping near the creek. Would that be
Yeah.
better
'cause
for
that's
you?
the other
Okay,
part. Like,
okay.
I don't know who's to take care of.
If it's town land and the trees are causing harm or danger, then
They are,
maybe that would be our argument to see if we can have something squared away.
yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, I just didn't know
Okay.
if I had to cut them down, or some of them are leaning in directions that would be harmful.
Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Just send that. What's going on my card?
Yeah. Ms. Westcott?
Yeah.
This is Commissioner Hagan.
There's been a lot of erosion.
Yeah.
I think just because we've had so much wind
Yeah.
before, like, I've been there since 2006, and after Sandy, we seem to get a lot of wind that comes
Yeah,
through.
so part of the
more than
erosion,
there
so
used
part
to
of the
be.
work that they'll be doing was fixing the erosion that is there, that was noted.
Okay, a completely unrelated question is my kids want to know when the gnomes are coming back, just so you know. So,
I'm trying to, well, the blight of the fir trees
Hmm.
took that tree out, so I've been trying to hack out the stumps so I can put a new tree in.
Got it.
and Put those back, so.
and these are, college educated, out of the house, a couple out of grad school at impressive schools, and
And I got a couple new ones.
they want to know.
I gotta get this stump out of there first.
Ms. Muskeni, you've been patient. Thank you for your patience. We invite you back.
Thank you.
Identify yourself. We don't need to,
Good
we know
on
you're a
that
town
address.
resident, so. just-
This might be simple.
Okay.
So it gets dark earlier, and then the street light at the end of Waycross Court was out. And so I called the town because I walk my dog, and reported it and the next day they came out and fixed it. But I know what you're saying about the light because they put in a different light bulb and it's really, really bright, super bright. So to help them, I thought it's just a change of a light bulb. You know, you might just need a different light bulb. Simple fix
Maybe that could be modulated.
and cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
But that would be a question perhaps to, if you carry that forward.
Thank
Please.
you.
Thank you.
Are they
Okay.
all LEDs, do you know?
I believe
Yep.
we're moving toward
our LEDs.
full LED,
Yeah,
yes.
I know we are, but I didn't know whether those were out there.
I believe they've done that.
Yeah, I know the new ones in Brookfield, are LED.
Sorry about that.
All good.
She come over and turned it off.
Yes. Okay, so staff, sorry. We're turning to you. Okay, so we will have a motion forthcoming as modified to include the modifications we put forward today through the votes and our discussions. And thank you all. What's the formal title of the document that we're advocating for in our vote? Just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and we don't miss any Ts or cross any, fail to
It's
cross any Is.
improvement plans, Emmett Ridge 2, lots 1 to 48.
Lots
1.
1 through 48.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, this, okay. That's what I'm looking for, you know? Half an hour later. Okay, so here we go. Is there a motion to approve improvement plans for Emmett Ridge 2 lots 1 through 48 as modified?
How about we agreed on the way to the town, for the council?
Could you turn your mic on, please? Thank you.
What we agreed, you're gonna wait till, for the council to hear more about it before you made a motion.
No, the planning commission would make a motion to approve it and then it goes to the council for
I
our.
don't think it's
final-
ready for that. I don't think so.
Okay,
We need more
Um,
members, more discussion.
okay. So more members, I'm with you, more discussion. What more discussion are you interested in seeing so we can have it on our agenda for our next meeting? Is there anything specific that you want to see or do you want to bring
To
it
get the
to?
answers on some of these points that we discussed tonight.
Okay. So staff, can I do this? Can you contact staff with specific questions related to the points that you want to have more information on? So we can make those part of the agenda when we have a full complement.
Okay.
I guess that would be Mr. Bokai also attending. And I think we would have to, I'm assuming some of this is time sensitive for dollars in and therefore we would have to set a new date for a new meeting. I'm sorry, an interim date between our next scheduled meeting and this. So do we want to do it in November, in the middle of November, or do we want to do it at the end of November?
Doesn't matter to me. I can do it either way.
Okay, staff, is there a thought on your part? Would you want more time for process?
So there's a planning commission meeting scheduled for November 24th,
Okay,
but I mean, that would depend on like, current business. So if you wanna,
okay. Would November 24th, the planned meeting be okay for that
All right, to
intent?
me,
Okay. All right, so
get it on the wall.
there will not be a motion, it sounds like, for this item, and therefore the intent of the board is to bring it back with a full board or fuller board perhaps
Let's hope.
on November 24th, 2025, 7 p.m. here in the community building. Any concerns from seated members? No, staff, does that give you enough of a framework? Do you need a motion from us or anything to move it to that?
yeah, you'll need a motion to table it if that's
Okay.
what you're doing, yeah.
So is there a motion to table the improvement plan for Emmett Ridge 2 lots 1 through 48 as modified at this time?
Yes, so be it.
Okay, all right. Is there a second for
Seconded.
that? Okay, very good. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And no abstentions, correct?
Right.
And nobody against. Okay, the motion carries 3-0 with board members and liaisons sitting. Okay. Is there any new business we need to discuss at this time?
No.
Okay. All right. So with that in mind, is there a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second for the motion?
I'll second it.
The motion's been made. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries 3-0, 3-0.
Yes.
And the meeting closes at 7:55 PM.